Hey y'all, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. So, apple, that's just me setting an intention. Go watch the video. It's got a big apple on it. You can't miss it. Anyway, let's stay focused. What I received to share with you is about spiritual attacks, right? Now, these come in many different shapes and forms, but the way that I want to talk about and what's put on my spirit to share is that anxiety and that depression, right? Because the way that you'll know if you're under a spiritual attack within that kind of realm of existence is that you went from feeling okay, you not, and not necessarily even like happy, over the moon, or anything like that. We're not talking about from going from a manic state to a depressive state. We're talking about from being in a neutral type of experience and reality and emotional just standpoint, right? And then all of a sudden, pew, you just drop down into the netherworld and you just don't even know how you can get yourself out of it, right? And then you're just feeling either one or two, all of these together, you're feeling extremely depressed. You start looking at things through a different scope and nothing is good enough, and you feel like you're not good enough in all of these different types of things. And or you start feeling anxious about everything, right? Oh my God, what's going to happen? What if this? What if that? What if that? What if that? Right? And you start getting in your own head. But you went from that base state of neutrality, right? What I received to share with you about that is that odds are good you're under a spiritual attack. And now the way to kind of circumvent this moment, and mind you, as a disclaimer, no, I'm not a therapist. No, I'm not a clinical anything, right? This is what I receive in my spirit to share with you. If you feel the need to go talk to someone, a therapist, a counselor, a social worker, whomever that person is, then do that. That's what resonates within your spirit. Get the help that you need. However, I'm speaking from my own personal experience and what I feel channeled to share with you as it relates to this scenario, right? So whenever I have personally been in this situation and scenario, first I have to recognize it, right? Because we can live in this kind of like la la land of uh, never exposing our truths and just kind of wandering through life just aimlessly, right? But we have to get to a place and space where we recognize it. All of a sudden, you'll have that light bulb moment where you're like, I was okay. I was feeling just fine. And now all of a sudden, I feel horrible about everything and everyone, including myself, right? It's those all of a sudden moments. That's the key phrase in this. All of a sudden, you recognize and you feel some type of way when you were okay. So after you recognize it, then you start taking action on it. Pick it apart. Literally pick it apart. Why do I feel this way? Is this my toxic programming teaching me or showing me the direction of a spiral? Am I picking up on someone else's energy? Did I recently have a conversation with someone and that's exactly the energy that they were putting out? So now all of a sudden I'm picking it up as an empath, right? Is this something that someone else has? Okay, this is a sticky one, right? But I feel like I have to share it. Is there someone in your life that you know intuitively, divinely speaking, always portrays themselves as being a proponent of your ascension, right? A fan of your ascension, someone who appears externally to support your growth and your goals, but secretly, and you pick it up, this is how you know that they are jealous of you and or they do not wish you to change where you are in terms of what I hear is like materialistically and even mentally, right? Because they could potentially be throwing that at you, right? They see, oh, maybe they follow you on social media. They've been keeping tabs, and you know this because they've been watching your stories without hitting a like or anything like that. But they are keeping tabs on you. And once they feel that you're doing a little bit too good, they start talking about you, and that will come through the what I hear is almost like the ether, and you will pick up that frequency and that vibration, and it will have an emotional and mental impact on you because you are hella sensitive, right? You can pick things up even if they're in a different state, you pick it up, right? But that is that all of a sudden. So then once you pick that apart and you start getting to the root cause of everything, that's when you can recognize and stand firmly in your power. This is very important, and say, damn that. This isn't me. This isn't for me. This is not my truth. This is someone else's projected imagery of either themselves or of me that is being thrown at me, but I refuse to catch it. Now, you don't have to throw it back at them because we don't do that here. But what you can do is turn it around. You can transmute the hell out of it, right? You can just shift that mindset in your mind, Can I say mind? But you can just transmute that information and that new knowledge in your head and remind yourself that the reason why somebody is overthinking about you, the reason why they would even expel so much energy towards you is because they low-key love you. I mean, and that's super toxic though. Let's just be real. This is going to be really long, but let's keep going. So just bottom line to this bottom line, because this is going on and on. Just remind yourself that people wouldn't be so focused on you. They wouldn't be so infatuated with you if there wasn't something goodness going on, right? So look in the mirror and be like, yeah, you still got it. And I refuse to accept somebody else's poo-poo energy. And so I'm going to take that same energy and I'm going to shift it to something fun, and maybe even start dancing, maybe do something that's silly to shake it off, right? Shake that bad energy off of yourself. Or if that doesn't work, if all else fails, then say this: I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. And that's it. Tomato.